The reason why your SP isn't showing up like that, especially if it's an ex and you guys have history, is because you still have some hurtful energy attached to some past event that occurred between you two. And no matter how many affirmations you're doing, you know, how many imaginal scenes of living in the end of actually having them and being in a loving, wholesome relationship, you have to go back to the past and find ways to release the energy of hurt that you have associated with certain events. And that just, it's as simple as you going back, even writing it down, you know, thinking back to all the events. And as soon as you feel any type of negative energy associated with it, you got to really reflect on that event, acknowledge how you felt within that moment, and think about how you would feel had things played out differently. And I tell people to, once you pinpoint the event or the events, like I said, the key thing is to focus on the opposite of it, how you would feel if it played out completely different. And once you start to do that, then you'll start to heal yourself, because you'll start to feel a different shift in your energy that you're putting out towards SP. And when you're making the affirmations, when you're affirming certain things, it'll feel a lot more tangible and a lot more free-flowing and not forced, because oftentimes it can feel forced if we still have hurtful energy associated with past events between us and that specific person. So that's the main thing that you guys need to do, is to clear that energy, clear that attachment, because that's the thing that's blocking you. That's the thing that's preventing them from showing up how you need them to show up. So we need to also take accountability for our part, you know, the things that we've allowed and the mindset that we had, or the hang-ups that we had that could have caused it to reflect in 3D. So we need to do the inner work. We need to figure out, hold ourselves accountable first and foremost. Don't shift all the blame on one person or just that person. Hold yourself accountable for your actions too, for what you could have done differently. And with the things that you could have done differently in the new scenario where things played out differently, you should put you doing the opposite of what actually transpired. Not just the SP doing the opposite, but you doing the opposite as well. And that will help to change, because that'll shift some of the blame off of SP, and that'll put blame on you as well, so you can work on improving certain behaviors that you may have that may have triggered that. And another thing that we should also do, like I said, we go back, we do an alternate version of what happened, we take responsibility, and last but not least, forgive all parties involved. That means forgiving SP for their actions, forgiving yourself for your actions, for your mindset, and that will help you release the hurt, because forgiveness is vital when manifesting things completely in a complete energetic flow. You have to forgive. No matter how many affirmations you do, how many different techniques you do, how many different things you do to pull in your desired outcome, it's going to be blocked with that resistance of you having that hurtful energy, because focus goes where energy flows, as they say, right? So if you have this energy that's negative, that's hurtful, no matter how much you're working on other things, that's one area that needs to be checked as well.